Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vivel Talks episode number 5, featuring Aykut Bilir. We have been kind of like stopping these talks for the last 1 month due to the massive earthquake we had in Turkey, impacting 11 different cities, and Mersin and Adana. Adana was one of those impacted cities, and Mersin is being a neighboring city, has been also impacted with the aftermath. So we decided to postpone all the episodes until everything was more stable. We also have been focusing on how we can actually revamp what we have been planning for. So within the lines of that, we made some changes, and we will be also announcing those changes today with Lars. And for those who bought tickets before and those who just like accepted this change and was okay with that, we are truly thankful to everyone who is part of the community and who welcomed this change. So we cannot thank you enough. And we have Aykut with us. Let me add him. Hi, Aykut. How are you?
Hey, how are you? Hey, thanks.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you. And how are you? It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you here as well. So today I was talking about why we had to stop for a month. And since you are in one of those cities, you're from Adana, and you have also been impacted by the devastating earthquake. And so thank you for being here. We also see this as an opportunity, see our event, because since the beginning, we have been communicating that we want to create this community so that this becomes like an ecosystem, and so this becomes like a co-creation, and where we are supporting each other. So we just like find a better time than this to support the community, to give back to the community. So Lars, do you want to give updates about the event and what has changed, how we decided to move forward with?
Yeah, so I think over the past, 4 weeks or so, I think a lot of things obviously have happened. I think it's been very devastating, like to see, that people don't always understand what actually those things mean. Like earthquakes. It can be very far away from certain people in this world that maybe have never experienced it before, or they don't know what it means to really rebuild, places like that. So I think as we have already been going since August last year, announcing the Vivel and our vision of what we want to do and bringing people together in Turkey and having those three cities, like in the form of like Cappadocia, Mersin, and Adana as our target places where we wanted to really create the experience. Seeing that one of those cities is like heavily impacted, and I say the other city is like mildly impacted as a result of being a neighboring city of Adana. We felt like with the devastating events, it would create like for the people in the city, they need to focus on different things. They can be focusing on these types of events, because that's not where their head's at. That's not what their priorities should be. And we felt like that wasn't in line with what we wanted to represent. But at the same time, we still wanted to do something, because obviously we still believe in the vision, and we still believe we could make an impact. Even on this terrible event, we can still do something to support that. And at the same time, maybe provide a little bit of trust of like, okay, it's okay to go to Turkey in certain areas, and it's okay to still support the areas that are still being built and still being worked on. So I think that's kind of where our changes came from. We looked at the map and said, okay, well, Cappadocia isn't really in a threat for people to feel like nervous to travel there. And at the same time, a place like Kayseri also falls into that category. What could be the change? That's kind of how we be able to move the change to Kayseri. But then we thought, okay, we're going to add a fundraiser to our already existing schedule so that we can still support the people in the areas that were hit by the earthquakes. And this way, we believe that we kind of bring together still the vision that we have, but at the same time, we are respectful and want to support the things that have happened over the past, the past week. So I think that, I mean, in detail, I will go more in detail on like what those changes look like. But I think that's as far as like our thought process is about the locations and how we still want to support and be respectful.
Yeah. So just to remind you, now our event is going to be between 24th to 27th May, and going to start in Cappadocia. We will stay for 2 nights at Cappadocia and have the events there, and move to Kayseri on our way back. And it's going to be really convenient for the international participants as well, because we will be flying in and out of Kayseri. So it's going to be the same airport, and it's going to be close proximity to Cappadocia. It's only like an hour's drive from Kayseri to Cappadocia. So for those of you who are considering to attend the event, you can just check your flights to Kayseri if there's a direct flight, because there are some cities in Europe that have direct flights to Kayseri, or you can have a connecting flight to Kayseri from Istanbul, which is like one of the cities, so it's like the most busiest, I would say, transit cities in Europe. So in a way, I mean, it's going to be more convenient for the international participants, and it's going to be from 24th to 27th May. Okay, so having said that, Aykut, let's hear more about you. So can you tell a bit about yourself, what you're doing in the region, and so that the participants can know more about you?
Sure, of course. Yeah, actually, I'm currently a chemical engineer and working in chemical industry. And apart from that, I'm in music industry too, and I'm producing music and acting this in on the stage. And since like 4 or 5 years, uh, and I'm using the musical instruments like fretless guitar, some ethnic
Mm-hmm.
instruments, and moreover a Turkish instrument called çalama,
Mm-hmm.
and connecting the organic house dynamics with this traditional music. My aim is something like that.
Perfect.
And
So I'm going to ask, like, by the way, he's on the go. So he's just like, we are supporting remote work. We are supporting being location independent. So, since we have been talking with Aykut since the first time, he's always on the move. So today is kind of
that's
like a
awesome.
nice representation of his lifestyle as well. And this is what we support as part of the Vivel concept. So how did you learn about Vivel? What's your story about joining the community?
Hmm. Yeah, I was at home in the evening after a heavy day, and Lars just texted me, and I wasn't expecting something like this. And I regularly receive those messages like, "Hey, I just listened to your music and sounds really nice," and I was really exciting about it. And I think that's a really good opportunity for us, for the people here in music industry, and also connecting this with these emerging technologies. I think that's a really good point of view. And I think that also I make collaborations with artists from Europe and United States. So that's something like a really important thing to connect despite the distance, and also the time zone. So that's something like really important, I think.
So Lars, I'm going to get back to you. So what was your motive when you were reaching out to Aykut? I mean, I know the story, but I want the participants and the viewers also to learn about it.
Yeah, so I think this is a pretty like special story that it happened because I came across one of Aykut's songs on Spotify. So I was just Spotify Weekly, like it kind of goes based on your taste and the music that you like, and as a result, the song from Aykut came into my playlist, and I really enjoyed the energy. And like if I closed my eyes, I felt like I was transported to, I guess, the elements that I envisioned during the event that we were setting up at the time. So I thought I'm going to look up the artist behind the song, and so I found his Instagram, and I shot him a message, and I basically I said that I really love this music, but I also had a really like pressing question of like what the meaning of the name of the song was, because if I closed my eyes, I had a certain feeling, and I really wanted it to know what it meant. Like, of course, I did the Google Translate because I don't know Turkish, so I did the Google Translate. So I asked him, "Is this what it means?" And then he gave me like a kind of a more in-depth answer to the meaning of the word. And I felt like even the word meaning was in line with our vision. So I think that's how me and Aykut got connected, and we sparked the conversation. And now we're at the point that he is going to play at one of the more iconic experiences that we're going to build. So I'm very happy about that, and yeah, I'm grateful that we got to meet through music. I think music is a connector, and that's why it's one of the things that we have to a very high regard. So I think for us, it's about the personal connection. It's about the frequency when you're with energy with other people and with the surroundings that you're setting yourself up. I think that's the beauty of what this is going to be, and I think that I could represent that with his music very well.
Exactly. 100%. So I could, when you received that message and you were probably checking out what the event was about, and what was your first feeling about the event? What made it different than the others?
Mhm. Yeah, at that time I was thinking about what I can do for my hometown, Adana, and I was shocked that I had received this message, and that's something like I don't know how to express this feeling, but you know, I thought that that could be a really good opportunity for some people here in Adana. And sorry to cancel this event anyway. It's for this geography is really important, I think. And let's see. I think, yeah.
So that was actually one of the reasons why we chose Adana and Mersin in the first place, because we wanted to support the region as well. So it was kind of like a give back cause as well. We are sorry to cancel that part of the event as well, but I mean, it had to happen, and we are still, I mean, as Lars mentioned, we are still interested in giving back to the community and to the geography. So that's why we decided to do the fundraising event at the end of our Vivel event on the day 3. And so, and we will be just like, donating that to a cause to help to support the relief activities in that region. So in a way, we're still supporting our view to support that geography, to support the community based in Adana and Mersin. And so if we are talking about community, and what is your expectation from this community? What do you envision? Like, you are going to come and you will perform, but other than that, you're also part of the community. So you're going to be there as an artist, but also you're part of the community as a community member. How do you envision this community to be like?
Actually, I'm coming from an academic background, apart from my music journey, and that's really exciting for me to know more about these technologies actually, and that's why I have suggested to give a speech about this. But let's see what will be we will decide about that. Anyway, my expectation. I I would like to learn more about this Web3 technology and working from remote working. I don't know how it's pronounced, but and I maybe that will give us a vision of how we can connect these technologies with music. That's my
Mm-hmm.
actually expectation. The thing I would like to learn more about. and I think that then we can decide and we can find something to what we can what we can do more about it.
Actually, that's one of the reasons why we are doing this event, because we would like to leverage the power of both communities to support each other. So both the remote work community supporting the Web3 community, and also the creative industries, because as you said, now technology with digital world, with the Web3 now is going to change the world, is going to disrupt the world, and we would like to just like leverage that power of the Web3 community to help the artists, to help the creatives rebuild their business, adjust their business to these new technologies. And so you are having two paths in your career, as you said. Can we also talk about that? Because it's not like a traditional career path that you are taking. You have a professional path, and at the same time, and you have an academic background too. And at the same time, you're an artist, you're a music producer. So how does that go together?
And actually, my music journey started in my high school, and after that, I have attended a chemical engineering program in Ankara. Then after that, I have got my Master of Science and PhD in nanotechnology and nanomedicine. And actually, I have stayed in Helsinki for 8 months. It was in
Okay.
2018, and I also visited Estonia and Tallinn. And I was at that time I was interested in these this this phenomena, digital nomad, and the
Mm-hmm.
e-residency concept. But I couldn't find an opportunity to learn more about and build a work, a job. Then that's actually, yeah, as you described very well. And I what I have learned from my academic experience, I I have I have learned uh, how to how to learn just by myself, and I have utilized from that in my music journey. So I have learned this production softwares. It's called Ableton Live. Then I have learned how I can do music just by myself. Then after my production, I have started producing music. Then I have established my own record label. Then then started working remotely from the artists of worldwide.
So you
Then
created your own remote work experience opportunity for yourself.
yes, exactly.
Perfect. So this is I think like all of our participants up to now, I think they have like a unique story. Each of them have their unique stories, and this is what's making me. I mean, if someone would ask me why I am part of the community, what makes me excited about the community is that each person really has a unique story, and I think that's going to be the value, because we would like to keep this event, no matter what, to a limited number of people, because we would like to have the interaction going on during the event. And by the way, if you are interested in joining the event, you can visit our website. You can see the details, the program, the ticketing web page. And also, if you want to become an ambassador, we have an ambassador program. On this link, you will see the link for the ambassador program as well, or you can just visit the website brandambassador.card.co. And once you go to that website, you will see our form. So if you fill out that form, and we feel like you're eligible to be an ambassador of Vivel, we will be selecting you as one of our ambassadors, and you'll be part of the community. So, Lars, you want to add anything else?
No, I think there's probably two things that I will still add, like before, like maybe like wrapping up. Is I think that the reason why you do something is the most important. Like if you cannot explain the why you're doing something, then you shouldn't do it in the first place. Like if it's not something that you have to do out of survival reasons, I think that that's the most important thing. And if there's one thing that I feel everybody that is coming has in common, it's that seeking of purpose, that seeking of this is my why. I'm eager to learn. I have the curiosity to set myself up for like a life of freedom, and that can be from location, right? Like working remote, not mattering where in the world you do your job or do the things that you're adding value to this world. But at the same time, financially, you could also set yourself up for success. And I think that emerging technologies and using connections from different places in the world. So someone that might be in a place where the minimum wage is very low could still work together with someone from like a country where the minimum wage might be very high, but you have to know how to do that. So the knowledge part and the curiosity of learning how you could do these things, that's something that I think that everybody that is coming has in common. They understand like how the world dynamics work rather than just their small bubble where they live. And I think that that's extremely important when we're building out this vision. So that was the first thing I want to say, kind of like my reason why I'm so excited is because everybody is eager to learn. Everybody has an understanding for themselves what the reason is why they're coming and why they're doing the things that they do in life. And I think that the second part I would add, just like maybe like something that I think is very important. And one of the reasons that we brought Aykut as well is that to be able to support like certain areas in the world, we also have to create awareness both for its beauty of the places where you're going, at the same time the local cultures. Like I have this vision of we can think global, but we have to act local. So if we say we're going to do something in a certain area in the world, then we should act in a very like local sense, right? You have to immerse yourself into those areas where you do these things, but you have to do it on a global scale. So you have to think about it a little bit more global, a little bit more international, so that you can attract the right things to you. And that's what we were trying to do. And then unfortunately with the devastating events, we had to make adjustments to what that looked like. But that doesn't take away that you cannot make a local impact, even if things don't go the way you planned. And I think that that's something that I find very interesting and nice to see that the people who have already committed are very supportive on these changes, but at the same time, they're willing to help out in any way they can. So, like, that's just why I wanted to end it on from my side is that we can all have this very global approach, but we still live somewhere or we still go somewhere that is very local. So, it's about immersing and respecting the local, but having the mentality of the global. So, that's what I like to end this on. Like, that's why I think we're here. I think that's why we're having this discussion, is because it's equally as important to look at it that way.
Exactly. So, and this is like, kind of, it feels like it's because it feels like that we are going to be experiencing these disasters more frequently in the upcoming years, because this is what we have been experiencing over the last, I mean, starting with the pandemic, we realize that there's a higher purpose that we are pursuing in life, other than the daily concerns that we have. So having events like this, bringing community together where we are just like enriching ourselves with the presence of the others, I think this is what's going to make us feel better, and being together, being co-creating, and this is what's going to make the future a better place. So that's why I think we need us, each other, like-minded people who believe in this vision. And as Vivel, we are trying to create this vision. We're envisioning a world where we are just like, collaborating, where we are using each other's strengths to empower each other. So this is, I think, the most important, above all, this is the most important thing. And that's why from day one, what we have been saying with Lars is this is not only about a single event, but this is an ongoing community. This is an ongoing ecosystem that we want to create. Okay, so do you want to add anything else, Aykut?
And I would like to thank you guys for this opportunity you gave for me. I'm really happy to be a local artist with Ali in this event. And thanks again. And I'm really excited and looking forward to Vivel 2023.
We are looking forward to your performance as well. I cannot wait. I've been listening to your pieces and I cannot wait to see your live performance at the event.
Thank you.
So I'd like to thank everyone who's been attending and who will watch us later after the live event. Thank you, Lars. Thank you, Aykut, and take care, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.